Alright, so the NIER collab hype is probably like a massive, everyone is super hyped about this collaboration, but I did want to talk about a few things that were on a lot of players' minds and on my mind where I was like, hey, if they do these things correctly this time, it could be a way better collaboration than what Chainsaw Man was, and I hope that they do. There's been a lot of changes in the Nikke development team as time has progressed. They've been listening more, they've been doing a lot of things, they've been actually addressing a lot of players' concerns, so I hope that a lot of this stuff is addressed for this collaboration, because I think a lot of people pushed these points last time, and the collab itself was less hyped due to the reason of some things being a little bit off. But today, thought I'd talk about that. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's hop over there and let's break it down real quick. First though, I also want to make this abundantly clear because this is going to be an issue where when it's a collaboration, and any gacha game can kind of experience this, depends on the gacha game and how the terms and conditions and things are laid down between the IP holder and the company itself being shifted up. Again, it's obligations, contractual things, there's many different things, agreements, licensing, whatever. There's things that they can't get their hands on, and there's things that they can't do due to the IP holder saying, screw you, don't do those things, right? But again, we don't know. We don't know how this collaboration is going to be. We don't know if this is always going to be like a collaboration standard. We simply do not know. So again, these things can be out of ShiftUp's control, so that's why they can't get blamed for it. But it would be good if they chased some of these things that I'm going to mention here today and kind of handled it a little bit better than it was before. First being, can the event itself be voiced? And can the characters be English dubbed, correct? Because with Chainsaw Man, if you didn't already know, first off, it wasn't voiced in event. Second, the characters themselves did not get an English dub. They got the entire JP dub, right? That happened, but they never got the English dub, which was very weird. How you have every character in the game basically dubbed, and then you have two characters, being the collaboration characters, not dubbed. So it's like, why, right? It's super weird. But again, there's many reasons of why it could happen. There's many reasons of why they could have done it right. But again, we just simply do not know. Again, I'm not the company, neither are you, so we really can't say what the company goes through to get these things done, right? But it would be really cool to see if the event itself is voiced, and the fact that Rapi is literally 2B's voice actress. They're the same, right? So it's like, if you could, I mean, it's the same person, you're getting Rapi to do all your other stuff, can you get her to do 2B also, right? Or can she not represent 2B because of licensing and whatnot, and that's why they can't do it. We'll find that out, but if you also look at it, Pascal is voiced by Yan. So 2 out of the 3 characters are already characters that you have voiced in the game. I haven't checked A2 yet, so if somebody checks that and lets me know if that actually is a different voice actress too, that'd be fun if all 3 are actually voiced, and it's like just we don't get it because we don't get it. But definitely you can see right here that, yeah, it's, you know, the same person. So, I mean, they could definitely dub this time. They could definitely voice the event this time, but I do wonder how that's going to go. Again, they are voicing all the events or the big the big updates for the game, which is summer, like, you know, we just got, which it would be cool if they do it again, but will they? We don't know. Simply put, we don't know if they can. We don't know if what happens with the entire thing behind the scenes, but given, like, you know, same person, yeah, I mean, same person, you know, there is potential. So I do hope to see that, and that is something that could really kind of, you know, iron out. But beyond that, there's one more thing. Yes, why can't we get Bond stories? That is something that I didn't understand with the last one, and I do wonder, again, shout out to this person for the post, absolutely great post. Like, genuinely speaking, like, why? Why couldn't we get Bond stories? What's the reasoning for that? That's what I kind of want to know. Is it because they can't, like, I don't know, licensing, what is the problem with that? Like, you can't have a story with a commander between that. It's like, it's a lore element. You're going to add lore anyways. So is the Bond story a, like, kind of restricted thing is what I kind of don't understand. Through everything, it doesn't make any sense. But again, like, this is the one that I don't understand why it wasn't done originally. Like, Makima and Power could have had a Bond story easily. It's just like additional text to write for the characters, so they at least have like a thing. Like, make it lore accurate with that, and like you can't mess anything up. Is it that they just don't want, like, I don't know, like, there's no way that I can describe this to you. I have no words to put in these sentences because it doesn't make any sense to me why that didn't work. If anybody knows why they couldn't do a Bond story, it's as if it's like they did a story element where the commander and all that kind of correlated in some way, where they talked, they did all this, they conversed, right? But you can't have it where it's like a Bond story. Is it because they don't want it to be daily content beyond the point of the game or the collaboration ending, so they have no ties with it afterwards? What is the reason? Right? Because every day you can advise the character. Is it that after the collaborations end, they don't want you advising the character, talking to the character, gifting the character, or something like that? I don't know. Doesn't, to me, make sense, but maybe that's the reason, or I really can't find a reason. But definitely, this is one that I really hope that this collaboration does right. It's cool to have Bond stories. It's a little bit of a nice thing, but will they is something we'll have to find out. So that's there. Second, next time they first off host the collaboration, can they tell us a little bit sooner? This is a thing that a few people in my comments talked about, and I agree with fully. When they announce a collaboration next time, at least don't make it where we have to wait that long. It's been, what, 4 or 5 months since we last got the announcement? Why? Why you make us wait that long for the entire collaboration is crazy to me. We went through Blanc & Noir, Summer Part 1, 2 skip banners in a row, then a skip banner being Rosanna, and then you went through Summer Part 2, right? So you went through, like, a crap ton of time, okay? It's been a very long time, but that's beside the point. This thing, the players are very mad about, and I just want to show this to you. Again, shout out to this person for the post here, but he says, hashtag hold your pulls for 2B. Shift Up gave us this, so we hold our pulls and complain. Then Shift Up heard us and then gave us this. If we hold our pulls and complain, maybe Shift Up will give us this. Yeah, you do what you want with this information. I'm just sharing this with you. I'm just the messenger. But yeah, remember, this did happen. Code Makima was a thing, which was like the funniest thing in the world, and then it changed to this. I will never find it funny, but the reason this game got so much exposure, so if they do make her like censored and whatnot, it could be just like a marketing ploy, because you have to realize how many articles that like came from this entire situation, right? It was like players are so down bad that they begged for the like there were so many headlines that were just insulting us as a player base. Like, players are this down miserable that this happened, and like we just got roasted across the board. But I mean, there is potential to make this a very good collaboration. Will they do it? Like you could see in the image if you zoomed in, not that I zoomed in, but if you zoomed in, you can see a lot of stuff. So will they actually, go and do stuff for this character? Honestly, I can't tell you anything, but they did do this last time, so maybe they understood from their past transgressions, and we get that, but who knows? Dude, that image is just still funny to me. Every time I see this, I laugh, but yeah, that's there. And the last thing, this is the most important one in my opinion, but you let me know if I'm wrong. So I found these posts over here, and these posts, I'm not gonna roast their choices, okay? Their choices could be 10 out of 10. First off, I will say this. I agree 100%, I agree 100%, and I agree 100%. So first off, if your top 3 are there, I agree. I would say maybe this is like, yeah, I'd say it's 8 tier. I definitely, in the order, I would agree to this one. I like this too. So I'm not gonna argue with this guy. He's doing great. He's cooking. This person's cooking. But as you can see, this is Chainsaw Man over here. If you can't see it, you can open up for an image for you. But that is Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is rated D by this guy as a D tier unit, or a D tier event, like story event. Okay. Now, if you open this image up over here, this is another one. I'll accept this post. But again, shout out to this person. As you can kind of see, Chainsaw Man has his own tier. Wow, this person took it a step further. Wow. Chainsaw Man has his own tier. That's actually funny as hell. But you see where they rated that event. Let's see this one. This is another one that I opened up. This person been a little bit more nice. There is no way he said Bow Wow is below that. All right, I have to have a discussion. I have to DM this person. This was 4 months ago. I'll let the person slide. But definitely, Bow Wow was an outstanding event. Bow Wow was so fun. That was constant fun. Yeah, see, they made a B tier. I kind of agree with that. C tier. Okay, it wasn't maybe that bad, but it wasn't a bad event, but definitely not less than Bullet X Chainsaw. So what I'm trying to get at here is Bullet X Chainsaw. That event was utter garbage. It was it's like at the end of the event, I crap you not. This, if you didn't play it, this is what it said. Ready? Let's act like nothing happened. Bye-bye. And boom, nothing happened, literally. They just said, yeah, you know what? Maybe it's better if we just forget you ever existed, and you have nothing to do with our universe, and nothing comes from this ever again. So we'll never, ever think of you again. Like, you affected us in a 0% way. Nothing of what we just understood here makes any sense to us. So you know what? Bye-bye. That's literally how it ended. I was just like, wow. That is how you do a collaboration, bro. Like, whatever it is, if you've seen Grand Cross, and again, I'm not trying to like compare the games, but Grand Cross, when they have their collaborations, at the very end, when like the collaboration's about to end, they're like, oh, or like when it starts, either way, right? They're like, oh, can't wait for the next time when this happens again and someone else gets sucked into our worlds. Or it's like when it was starting up, it's like, oh, you did this, but someone did this previously. Do you remember? It's like they're throwing jokes to it because there was a collaboration previously that something happened like this same thing. So it's like a cool little thing. Chainsaw Man, first off, that was weird. The entire story had no connections. There was like no way to like understand anything. Like, there were so many jokes, so many things, so many like little things you could implement to make that story better, but it was garbage. Now, with the recent Nikke writing, you have to look at this. With the recent events, recent event did outstanding. Recent event did outstanding. Recent event did outstanding. Recent event. All of like the recent events have been very good and ranking super high on tier list. The earlier events, right? definitely weren't the best. So I am hoping that this event is not a drag, an absolute drag of an event. I'm hoping it's like an actual good written story and everything like that. You have to understand the NIER universe and this universe can correlate so freaking well that they can do, like, they can cook here. They can cook here, okay? Like, genuinely, this entire thing has such a strong correlation, and there is so much they can handle that I think they might cook this time. But I don't want to say too much here. They can definitely not cook, okay? They can definitely burn the entire food down, burn the kitchen down. So much can happen here, but I hope that they kind of handle the story properly this time. Bullet Exchange was a terrible story in my opinion. I did not like it at all. I felt so miserable afterwards. It was like as if I played the cat event again. I was just so depressed at how bad the event was. I was like, wow, what an event. And like the characters, the entire update was all cool. Everything was cool, but the event was a letdown. Even the map itself. The map was like, there was no real like changes or anything. Like they have gotten so much better, right? You have to realize going from, and maybe this is why it felt like that. You went from right here, Miracle Snow, into 2 updates, and then got Bullet Chainsaw. So you were kind of fresh off Miracle Snow, where you were like, dude, what? This is the power of Nikke writing. Like it was pretty good writing, and you went into an event like this. So you have to understand that like the bar was set so high, it could have been that like they just couldn't compete, but you have to also understand that you just had another S+ tier event, which I would say the writing in this event was pretty good too. So are you gonna really go from a great event into a turd event? Like I hope the writing and like the entire story and everything has better kind of flow, if you will. And I just hope they do better. Honestly, I just hope they do better on this one. So I do hope that these are things that they adapt in this event, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how they do it. But definitely, I think that the biggest highlight of the video is hold your polls for 2B. Everyone comment that down below. We have to make this hashtag popular. Yeah, this is the funniest poll I've ever seen, but definitely, I wonder if they're gonna do like this again for NIER. Again, people are telling me that like the person that kind of is behind NIER has said many times that he likes aspects of this. So do I know that for certain? No. But yo, if the person does, he's cooking. Just gotta say that now. All right, peace out. That's been it for me.